Yo. So I want to take a few minutes to post something on YouTube. So don't look like YouTube's kind of pushing my videos. I'm getting very few views. I've posted some long videos, church outing, fishing trips, trips to other states, funny, stupid, goofy videos. It don't look like YouTube's pushing. I'm not monetized for one with YouTube. So I seem to be struggling like with YouTube content and Facebook content. Like the algorithm's a bitch, guys. Like if you don't get the hook right or the niche right, the algorithm is running a test. And if you don't get those right, it sends it to a few people, and if they don't like or repost or share, the algorithm drops you right there. Simple as that. So I'm kind of struggling with that right now, trying to figure out the niches, the hooks, to get more content, to get more views. You know, I've posted gambling videos. I've posted a lot, like different things. I think I may have 150 videos, and that's with shorts together. So, and then I got Are You Needing Service videos out there, work videos, fast motion videos, time lapse, and Are You Needing Service videos, which are pretty cool, but I don't get it. Like, some of the likes and views are just not there. So, I'm gonna keep posting. I haven't given up yet on the videos or the shorts. Haven't given up completely. The more subscribers you got, the better. Like, I started the account and I got up to like 23 subscribers. And then I moved up to like 60 subscribers. I think now I'm up to like 92 or 91. And I've picked up most of those. I think I've picked up like 25 this week, just because I started reposting and posting content. A lot of times I struggle too, is like a lot of the content when you post it and you do videos, it may pick up music, and then you start dealing with the copyright stuff. For one, I know you got to want to watch the videos. So it's got to be something that interests you to want to watch it, So I don't know how many people will watch this video, but I'm going to keep posting. I'm not, like I said, I haven't given up, not 100% yet. I've come damn close. But, I just wanted to make this video and put it on YouTube and see if I can get and grow this channel. I'm 54 years old, man. Like, if I would have started posting videos back when I was 19 years old, I'll probably have a great viewer watch. You know what I mean? I'll probably have 1,000, 2,000, 100,000 subscribers. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm 54 years old, man. So I really enjoy building videos and making content and sharing that with people. But it's hard. And, sometimes it's discouraging when you're actually doing videos or you're making content and then people don't like it, or, they don't comment. So then, you get a little discouraged about it, and you're like, man, like, why am I even doing this? Why am I even taking the time to make these videos and put them out there for people to watch? Look, it's put so many gray hairs in my beard just because, stressing on content, trying to make videos to make somebody smile or laugh or talk trash. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's that hook and that niche. And if you can't get neither one of those right, the algorithm's going to pass you by. So subscribe and share, to some of the content. You may not like it. There might be some stuff you do like, but I'm not monetized. So it really, at this point, it really doesn't matter. Like, I think you got to get 500 subscribers and 10 million views before you can even get monetized on YouTube. So, hey man, I'm a long way from that. So, it's a battle. I'm gonna keep fighting that battle. Like I said, I'm not giving up on it. It's fun, man. I like doing it, but it is time consuming. And sometimes, you'll put time in a video or something you're trying to do on a video, and it just don't get the likes or shares that you feel like it should have got. And it, like I said, it boils down to your niche and your hook and your content. So if you got any good ideas, share them, comment and say, hey, won't you try this? Won't you try that? Now I'm not talking about going out here and spending money, like Ginger Billy and building a damn car or a damn something to try and make it float. Or, I'm not trying to do nothing like that, which is great content. He started about 5 years ago. I think he's up to about 9 million or something like that. And then you got your boy Dalton, him and Sacco, they went from 8 million to 9 million just in a couple of videos. Like, it's good content. I think it's because people like the couple and people like the, what he says, and it's genuine. I think they like that genuine authenticity that they give in their videos, and people like that shit. So, a lot of my videos, I'm goofy. It's not real. It's not realistic shit. But so that's one reason why I'm making this video here. This is me. This is who I am. I know you see my family in some of my long videos, 45-minute, hour videos. And then you see me and some coworkers in my All You Need Service videos. It's like, you want to capture all those things on video. You want to get that work in, that some people like to just sit and watch. Like, I like to watch those guys that, they're out in the woods and they build a flipping house or a shelter out of rocks and dirt, and they're out there hammering. But I'm not doing that. That's just not my thing. I'm kind of like doing something different. So everybody's got their niche. So if you like some of my stuff, just subscribe to the channel. If you don't, then you don't have to subscribe, So, just the way it is. But I'm putting this stuff out there too for, my boys to look at and watch in the future. Like when I'm not around, we're not going to be around forever. So, a buddy of mine told me, you put something on internet and YouTube, man, it labels you. That's who you are. It don't never go away, which is true. It is true. So that's why you don't put nothing on there that it's not a reflection of who you are. Even though you do, or even though I do some goofy stuff, which is fun, laughing, Michael, doing those voices, or, who don't, man? We're humans. We got to have fun. You got to laugh. You got to smile. But, at the end of the day, is that who you are? Probably not. This is who I am? Yeah, this is who I am right here. So I'm putting some naturality here, natural, simple. Just to talk to the viewers and let you know, hey, look, man, I want to do some great content for you. I want to do some stuff to make you smile, make you laugh, and make you watch. Make you sit there and watch videos until the end, and that you get something out of it at the end of it. Or you get to say, hey, that's a stupid ass. Or you say, hey, man, that was pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to subscribe. But like I said, if I would have started making content when I was young, like I could have tons of good content. Like, you're talking, I'm 54, so I could have had 30, 40 years worth of content, but I'm not. And, it is what it is. But, I was in grocery retail for years, now I'm got my own business, and I could have had grocery retail content, I could have done stupid commercials and You know, my content could have grew with the times. But you think about it, you know, I don't even know when YouTube even came around. Like, I know I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 27 years old. So maybe that would have been my YouTube starting point. Or, you know, maybe it was in my 30s or something. But, you know, I could have had some different content. But anyway, enough of that. So I wanted to make this video, put it out there so the people who do subscribe will get a notification. So check this out. Comment on what you think, you know, you'd like to see, what videos you like, what videos you don't like, what other content you'd like to see, you know. I do a lot of cooking stuff, you know, it's fun. I like to cook. I mean, you know, I like to fish. But I mean, you know, a lot of people don't like to watch cooking, you know, some people like to watch fishing. But we're going to try to make some content. We're going to try to do something good and get some smiles on the channel, get some more subscribers. And I will still do gambling, but you know, gambling videos are really expensive. They cost a lot of money. You know, I already fight an addiction from that. I already fight that battle, you know, from losing money in the past, and never even recorded the videos, which I should have recorded the videos and I might have got something out of it, but I didn't get nothing out of it but headaches, torments, a bad headspace. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, growing pains that I've already grown through, and you make those mistakes and then you got to deal with it. And, you know, not only dealing with those mistakes, you have to deal with the mistakes, but what the mistakes causes the people around you because of the mistakes you've made. So, you know, I've always been one to say, like, you know, you're the man, you're the head of the house. So when you fall, everybody falls. So as a man and a leader in a home, you don't want to fall. You want to stay on your 2 feet, chin up, and you want to make sure you make all the right decisions, and you make the, you know, ones that's gonna be positive in your family. But when you make that mistake and you fall, there's consequences to pay for it. Might not be right away, but eventually they're gonna catch up to your ass. So anyway, like I said, making content is great. Making the gambling videos, they cost money. So whenever you see anybody make a video where they've been gambling, they paid for it. They might show a win in that moment, but they paid. You don't know what it cost them to make that video, or what the amount of money is that they put into to get that win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching a couple creators talk about it the other day about, you know, they spent 1.1 million on gambling content for 90 days, but they're such a big name, they probably made 3 or 4 million off their content after the fact. So, you know what I'm saying? So they're into business. That's what they do. It's people like me or you, or someone who just likes to gamble or does it for amusement, you know, and tried to do content videos and make, you know, with gambling, and you can't sustain the losses because it's just too hard on you. You know what I'm saying? So you wind up paying in the long run. So, but they do get the views. That's the thing. They get the views. And if you're monetized, you can, you know, make a little money off of them if you get the views, if you got the subscribers. So, you know, I'm still trying to find the niche. I'm still trying to find the content. I'm still trying to get what you want to see, what the viewers want to see and like to watch, you know, and I'm still ain't even found that in my headspace. So I'm all over the place, you know, I'm posting this, I'm posting that, you know, because, you know, I've always thought it's about the views, but, you know, it is about the views, but it's also about, you know, being comfortable with the content you like to do. And it's not, you know, you're not going broke, you know, making that content. Because if you're not monetized and you're not making money on it, then, you know, then what's the purpose of it, you know? But anyway, I wanted to post this video. It's a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, so I'm going to post it and share it, and let's just see how many people subscribe and see how many people like the originality and the truthfulness. What's it called? Transparent about what's going on, and how people feel about it, and see if I even get a subscription from it, or a like, or a comment. So it might just be sitting here dead. It may not go nowhere. You know, there was this one guy, and I'm gonna end this, that told me he's 70 years old, man. And he made 2 videos, and they went, and the first time he ever posted, and they went fucking viral. So, I mean, really, 70, and then you go viral? I mean, you monetize, and within, I mean, quick, he monetized within like a month or a week, and he posted. So now he just posts a few videos, and he's retired. So, you know, he's making, you know, a little bit of extra money with his retirement, which is great. So a lot of people dream about, you know, having the internet headspace and an income from it. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share. And, you know, we'll do another one of these in a couple of months, and we'll talk about how this one went. And I do have one to do about a radiator and a company I'm going to use. And we're going to see how that turns out. And that's for another day. So subscribe, like, and share. Don't be scared to comment. Let me know what you think. This is 16 minutes, and I appreciate you taking 16 minutes of your time, of your day, to watch this video. Thank you. We'll see you on the internet.